Hey everybody, I'm Jimmy Rants. I want to talk about a couple of things. I first want to say thank you. I've had a few people tell me, Jim, you need a new microphone. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I need a new microphone. I have one of those Rode mics or whatever you call them, supposed to be really good. And I always wear it, always. But everybody's complaining about the volume. So I did a little bit of investigation and I feel like a total jackass. But I want to thank you for telling me about my microphone because I did a test. I made like a fake video last night and I took my microphone and I held it way away from me and then I brought it in to me to see if it would get louder. And then I would take the microphone and I would scratch the mic. And then I played it back to see if I could tell a difference with the microphone out here or the microphone here plus the scratch test. Nothing, no change, no nothing. And I have two microphones that came with this thing that I bought. So I tried the other microphone, did the same thing. Nothing happened, didn't work. So I did a little research to try to find out, well, what in the hell's wrong with it? You know what it was? And I'm embarrassed to say I'm not a tech person. And I bought these microphones, I don't know, a few months ago, and I've been wearing them every time I make a video. But you know what I didn't know that I had to do? I didn't know that with Rode, R-O-D-E, with that Rode mic, you got to go get an app. I didn't know that. And this app syncs everything up, you know? And I'm like, well, don't I feel stupid? Don't I feel like a moron? It's just part of being old, not growing up with the techie stuff. You don't know how to do all this stuff. So anyway, I went to the RODE app site and I downloaded the thing on my phone. Bada bing, bada boom, zip, 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 zip. I tried my microphone again on a test video. I held it way out here, and as I brought it in, it got louder, louder, louder. I did the scratch test on the microphone. My God, it like to blew my eardrums out. So I hope that right now you can hear me better. You know, I don't know. If there's adjustments that have to be made, I don't know how to do them. The mic is on. I have it right here, and that's about where you're supposed to place it is what they recommend. So that's what I'm doing. I hope the sound is better. Again, thank you. Those of you who said, Jim, you need a new microphone. I thought you were crazy, but it wasn't you that was crazy. It was me that was crazy. What do I want to talk about? I don't really know what I want to talk about. I was just thinking a while ago, I was sitting there saying, I didn't make a video yesterday, and I probably need to make one. You know, if you're going to have a YouTube channel, make a video. So I want to talk about, a couple of things, and some of you may agree with some of these things, and maybe some of you won't. But I want to say this to you also. This is totally off of what I want to talk about, and I don't know how to say it, so I may say it wrong. And I'm not trying to tell you what to do or how to conduct yourself in a moral fashion or a decent fashion whenever you go to somebody else's channel. I'd like to recommend to you, let me say that, I'd like to recommend to you some things not to do. When you go to someone's channel, and it may be a new channel that you're going to, you don't know the people. You don't know. Maybe you've watched a video or two. Maybe they've made 50 videos, but you have only watched one or two. So that means you don't really know who that person is or what they're about, or maybe some of the troubles or problems or fears that they may have. So what do? You go on these channels and in the comments, you start asking them something. Well, why don't you do this? Well, tell us about that. Well, where are you from? Is your parents still alive? How many children do you have? How many marriages have you had? What's your education level? Blah, 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 blah. What? Tell me about you. I demand to know. Please don't do that. Please don't do that to people. There's a lot of people that do not want to give out personal and private information about themselves. A lot of people do not want to dox themselves. So when you go to somebody else's channel, why don't you just be cool? Why don't you watch a video, maybe ask some questions or comment about the actual video? You do not need to go to somebody's channel and cross-examine them. You don't need to do that. It's very rude. And what makes you think that you're deserving of all of this information? You come to me asking me all kind of personal stuff, I'll tell you to kiss my ass real quick. I will tell you what I want you to know about me. Now, if you ask a question, not a million questions, maybe one, if I feel like answering you, I will, okay? Please, it's just a little bit of social media courtesy. Let's just call it that. But I see that all the time. It's happened to me tons of times. Jimmy, tell us your life story. My life story is none of your business. Unless I want it to be your business. Now, I've been pretty much an open book, but I don't know, whatever. But I want to kind of talk about some of this stuff here a little bit. Let's see, where do I go with this? I want to talk about some things that I guess are just general irritations. At least they kind of irritate me. Maybe they irritate you too. I don't know. One is you go to a restaurant. You want to have a nice meal. You may be on a date. You may be just out with your wife, or you're just out with some friends. And you just want to have a nice, peaceful, good meal, nice surroundings, and everything's really nice and cozy. And you just want to talk to each other, just at normal talking range. But you can't, because the stinking restaurant's got all this loud music just blaring. Oh, it's just blaring away, and you can't even hear yourself think. And the restaurant doesn't realize that maybe their customers don't like the style of music that they're playing. I know the restaurant wants to seem like it's alive and, everybody's having fun, so let's blare the music. They don't care about, the customer. So I think what we should do, I recommend you to do this. I have done it. I have gone to the manager and said, would you please turn the volume down a little bit? I live in Colorado Springs, but I think they can hear this all the way up to Denver. Please turn this shit down, will you? And believe it or not, they have done that. But that's one of the things that just kind of irritate me. Here's another thing that irritates me. The other day, I ordered something for food delivery food to be delivered to my house. And I went through Grubhub. Now, Grubhub has always treated me right. There's a few exceptions. I've had some bad experiences. But the other night, I ordered some food. I wanted some Italian food. And I had my taste buds set on this Italian food. But whenever they got here, and I paid quite a bit of money for this. I think it was I'm not sure, it was like $50, $60, because I ordered quite a bit of stuff because I wanted it to last a few days. And I really like Italian food. So I order it. Grubhub delivers it. I go get the bag. I open it up. And it's not my order. It's something else. This has happened a few times, really, lately. And so I knew I would get my money back. But what's really strange that I don't understand, and I guess it's just a minor irritation to me, but it kind of bugs the crap out of me, to be honest with you. Whenever I placed my order, they took the money that quick. And whenever I was explaining, you're talking to AI. You're on your cell phone or computer and you type into them, yeah, can I help you? What's the problem? Blah, blah, blah. So you tell them I didn't get my order. They sent me the wrong order, blah, 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 blah. I spent this much money, blah, blah, blah. And you're talking to AI, and AI says, let me check your order. Oh, yes, we can see what you ordered and this is how much you paid for it. We will gladly refund your money. It may take 2 to 4 days. Well, it took 1 second to take my money. Why can't it take 1 second to get my money back into my bank account? What's up with that? Why do businesses all of a sudden, they do not care about customer service, it seems. They just don't seem to care. Takes 2 to 3, 4 days to get your money back. That's an irritation to me. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't know. Another irritation to me is I remember when I was young, especially when I was a teenager, and I used to go to Burger King all the time, or I used to go to McDonald's all the time. They even had a restaurant way back called Burger Chef. I don't know if maybe some of you remember that. And whenever we got our food, it was always, the buns were real soft and steamy and hot. The food was hot. The fries were hot. It was just absolutely, it was good. No, not healthy. We didn't go there for health food. We went there to get full. We went there because it was cheap food and it tasted really good. But today, it is absolutely horrible. It is revolting what you get today. Usually you get the wrong order. You make an order, you pay for it, you get your bag, you open it up, and it's somebody else's order. And not only that, but even when they do every once in a while get your order right, the food is absolutely cold. It's dried out. To me, there's nothing really more gross than eating a cold hamburger. You know what I mean? And another thing I notice that whenever I'm ordering now, and I've done an experiment, and I've given these people like 3 or 4 chances. I went to, I placed an order. I don't really go out too much. My vision's really bad, so it's not that safe, really, I guess, for me to drive. So I order a lot, and they deliver it to my home. And I know that by the time they get it from the restaurant to my house, I realize it's not going to be piping hot. I mean, it doesn't take a brainiac to know that. But what I don't like is when I bite into the hamburger and it's half raw. You know what I mean? It's undercooked. I like hamburger especially to be well done. I'm not into E. coli, So I let it go, and I said, well, maybe it was just a mistake. Maybe they were busy. They were just flipping burgers, man. They had to, rush the orders out. So I ordered again, maybe a month later. Same thing. The food came back raw. So I thought, man, this is kind of getting irritating. Same thing happened at Whataburger. I ordered a Whataburger, hamburger, cheeseburger, double cheese, whatever, raw. The meat was raw. So I didn't order for quite a while. Quite a while went by. So I said, I'm going to give them one more chance. So I tried Five Guys again. Again, raw hamburger. I'm tired of this. Look, for you restaurant people out there, especially you managers, tell your cooks to cook the hamburger well done, not raw, unless somebody asks for a raw hamburger. That's a pet peeve of mine. That's a big no-no to me. Another thing that I hate is whenever I have to get on a telephone, and I'm on my phone and I have to call a company, for example. And so whenever you call, you don't get a person anymore. I don't know who the hell you get. I guess that's AI you're talking to, huh? Some automated crap. Yes, if you would like to speak Swahili, press 8. I'm thinking, I'm in the United States of America. We speak English. That's really what we speak in our country. It should automatically be directed to English because that's what this country speaks, mostly. I know there's a large Hispanic population, but I don't care. This is America, the United States. English. We shouldn't have to push a button to say English. It ought to have something like, if you would like to speak in any other language other than English, press 100. What happened to customer service? When did they turn on us? Why do we put up with this crap? Who do we complain to? And I bet if enough people complained, I mean really, really complained, maybe they would change some of their policies. Or let's just stop doing business with these clowns. That irritates me. Does that irritate you? And the last thing that I want to talk about that kind of irritates me is this. Everywhere you go online, we need a password. We need your username and password. And I'm thinking, well, I haven't been here in, 10 years. They're asking for my password and I don't remember my password. So you can't advance because you don't. Did you forget your password? Click here. So you do that. Say, well, it's been 10 years. I need to get this business straight. So now I've got to make a new password. So now you think of a new password because you can't remember your old one, which sometimes that creates its own problem in itself. But anyway, so now you come up with a password that you use today regularly because it's easy for you to remember. It's nice to have one password that you can use at multiple places. So I do that. I get on there. This happened last night. I get on there and I type in my password, a common password that I use all the time. And you know what it says? We're sorry, but you have to choose another password, something that you have not used in the past year. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So I come up with another password. We're sorry, you have to try again. You have to have a password that you have not had within a year. And I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm sitting here, almost 72 years old. I'm thinking, well, password. And now I got to remember this password. What if I contact him in 10 years? Well, I remember the password that I give him today. Even if I write it down in a little book in 10 years, well, I even remember where I put the book. It's got the password. So, to make a long story short, I came up with some kind of stupid password that I know nobody on earth would ever use. I've never used it before. So I type in for a password, Ungalucci Peterinskivich -1. Thank you, we have accepted your password. That irritates the crap out of me. Does that irritate the crap out of y'all? I could talk about a lot of stuff that irritate me, but I'm gonna stop right here. Share with me down in the comments if you want to. What are some of the things that irritate you? I know I left out a lot of stuff, but I just wanted to kind of talk about some of the big pet peeves that irritate me. Okay, guys, well, thank you for listening, and thank you guys again for telling me about the microphone. I hope that you can hear me now. If it doesn't, guess what? I'm not buying another microphone. You're just going to have to maybe click on that little closed caption thing and read my lips or something. But anyway, I really didn't know that my microphone had to have an app. And it syncs everything up. I really didn't know. So I've been using this mic for I don't know how many months, and it never did work. Well, how embarrassing for me and how stupid. Thank you, guys. Thanks. I really appreciate you being here. And thank you also for subbing. I think there was 14 of you that subbed my twin brother, Dr. Julius Rants, and that's the name of his channel, Dr. Julius Rants. I would appreciate it if you would help Julius grow. We're going to do some funny skits and funny things, and I think it'll be just a fun, goof-off channel. You know, Julius is like this kind of nutty, mad professor. He's a very innocent person, very gullible. He wants to be the best he can be in the world of science, but he trips all over the place, and he's scared of everything. He's especially afraid of girls, even though he loves girls. I think Julius could really have a lot of fun. I would appreciate it if you would look it up, Doctor, and it's just Dr. Dr. Julius, Julius, Rants, like me, Rants, Rants. Go over there and give him a sub. He only has one video up. We'll get something up pretty soon. Thanks a lot, guys. Again, I really appreciate it. Take care.